If I was going to give him a theme, it would be love everything disruptively. Yeah. And with that, it's Gibrán Rivera. Yeah.
All right, friends, I want to invite you to just kind of take a second, let yourself ground, feel your feet touch the ground, your behind touch the bench, connect to your breath, and remember that you're breathing. For real, take a moment and get here again. Remember that you have a body, and remember that you're together. I'm going to ask you to bring to mind and to heart a young boy in your life. And by young, I mean 10 years or younger. A specific one, not an abstract one. A specific young boy in your life. Maybe it's a boy that already grew up. Bring him back to that age. You got him? I want you to think of that boy and think of his qualities. What is that boy like? What does that boy do? Who does he play with? What calls his attention? How does he love? You got him? Okay, so I'm going to invite you to take a second and turn to 2 or 3 people next to you and begin to describe the qualities of this boy. Go ahead. Tell me something about this boy. Okay? Give me one of his qualities. Fun, playful? Curious. Bold.
Messy with his food.
Mischievous. Yes. Climber. Kind. That boy, all of these boys are completely capable of love.
That's right.
Fully endowed with the capacity to feel and to connect and to empathize and to be full human beings. Each one of them that you described has that already in them. Most of them also have something called testosterone moving through them. And you might even notice it at that young age. And if you didn't notice it at that young age, it's about to hit them like a bomb. And suddenly, they're going to be overcome with a burning desire that they have no idea what to do with. Suddenly, they're going to have a kind of competitive aggression that they have no idea what to do with. And their brains are not going to have any capacity to deal with it until they're at least 25. That spells danger. That is dangerous. It's dangerous for them and even more dangerous for the people around them. Our ancestors and traditional cultures knew what to do with the problem of young boys. They knew what to do. They knew how to hold rites of passage. They knew how to do ritual. They knew how to take all of that energy and channel it in ways that were good for the whole. Ritual is how we define meaning and how we define belonging. All of us, all human beings, need to answer the question, how did we get here? Why am I here? And where do I belong? What is my status in this tribe? When you take that away, when you ignore that, you know who steps in? Marketers, pornographers, and anybody else that wants to exploit what is good and holy in us. I've been running these interviews for the Better Men Project. And my most consistent finding is, what men are saying to me is two things. They're saying, I don't have full access to the range of my emotions. I feel something, and I don't know what it is. So I either go numb or I go angry. The other thing they're saying to me is, I don't know how to connect with other men. I don't know how to be real and vulnerable with other men. This is what they're telling me. These are men that were robbed of their fullness of their human capacity that they were born and endowed with by a culture and a society that failed to give them the rites of passage that would give them meaning and belonging. And so they do whatever it is that all of us human beings do to try and mean and matter something. Might be a sport, might be trying to go to the top heap of a bank. It's still the same end. It's trying, how am I going to define my worthiness here? How am I going to tell the world what my place is and that I'm how am I going to define that I'm valuable here? What we need to do to begin to address this problem is men have to come together. Men have to come together. Men have to come together and begin to reimagine what it means to be a man in the culture today. And talk about what it is that we fear as the culture is changing. And talk about what it is that we fear in ourselves and how we have shown up in this culture. And talk about what atonement looks like for the hurts that we have caused in the ignorance that has been fed to us. This is the work that we have to do. First. Second, we need to define and create the rites of passage that are going to help these boys cross the threshold into conscious manhood, conscious masculinity, not toxic masculinity. We know what that is. That is evident everywhere you look. What does conscious masculinity look like? What is the rite of passage? What are the rituals that we will hold to reimagine that? That's the second thing. The third thing, and perhaps the most important, is to embrace once again the role of protector. And what do I mean by that? I'm not trying to get regressive here, don't worry. What I mean by that is baseline, level 1. You as a man shall not let yourself walk in a world that is not safe for women. That can no longer be something that you're part of. You must disrupt at any given point that lack of safety. It is up to you. It is your role. It is your duty to do that. That is what's going to define you as a man. Level 1, that's just the baseline. The other part is you begin to consciously and openly open up and create space and make room for all that women and the sacred feminine have to bring for the leadership that is to come, for the wisdom that has been held and oppressed and suppressed for so long. Because the problem that humanity is having is a problem of toxic masculinity. It's a problem of patriarchy. Patriarchy is what extracts from Mother Earth. Patriarchy is what takes without consciousness. Patriarchy is what's making the earth burn. That's what is happening. And so then we begin to make room and to shift how we think about what leadership looks like. We begin to get out of the way. Wait a minute, she just said something. Did you hear what she said? You don't repeat what she said. You ask her and you point and you say, look at what she said. Were we listening to what she said? Why is it all dudes in this room running this show? We begin to ask those questions. That is the threshold. That is where we're going, and that is where we must go. Thank you.